I said Ayoo. I said Ayoo. I said Ayoo. One man army against 50, bro. I stand on 50. Time out. In other words,
the Cowboys haven't beat a team above 500. They beat a team right at 500.
But no, it's hard. It's hard because then they weren't even playing the college football.
Hey, forget all that. This whole year, and it ain't about fantasy, it's about the facts.
No, that's not the thing. That is not the thing. You never. We just went viral for the wrong reasons again.
Do you realize it all comes back to fraud?
You was trying to see how we feel about that situation? Nah.
And Blake Hall.
I said Ayoo.
Yo.
Sorry, man. New year, man. Boys is here. Welcome to 2026. Only right, we on episode 146.
Go.
Keep it going, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. You know, with the new year comes, it's that time of the year, January. You know, 2025 is wrapping up. More specifically, that football season is wrapping up. You got NFL's came to a close. College football is down to the Final Four. So we just gonna go straight into the payments, man. Kicking off with college football, man. We had an eventful weekend, man. We was one game away from, more college football reform. But yeah, man, we're here, man. We down to the Final Four scores. We have Indiana and Oregon, and then you have Ole Miss and Miami. What are our thoughts? Where do we want to start, within the college football playoffs? Or we can start with the bowls. You know what I'm saying? We can start with the bowls and work our way up.
That's like talking about the fifth place championship in fantasy football. Nobody cares.
No, we're gonna have to talk about the bowls, but carry on. What stood out from?
We are facts. My bad. Yeah. Yes, we will. I apologize. We must talk about the bowls.
What stood out from the college football playoff this past weekend? The New Year's six games, New Year's 4 really. I think obviously Ole Miss and Georgia had the best game, and then Indiana and Alabama was the biggest, blowout. So, or Texas Tech and Oregon.
Yeah, I mean, true. Yes, skunker. I think even though Indiana did win, they do need to reform that. College players not playing for a month, then having to go play a top team in college football who's actively been playing, it does not need to happen no more. That's a disadvantage. That's a disadvantage by trying to give them advantage.
Yeah.
So either we have to push the season back and let's do less time in between, or who gives a damn because they're already getting paid. They don't need to play that many games. Brother, you're getting paid now. You can play as many games as you need to. Go ahead and just do that FCS format. Everybody ball. Just do that. And move. We will love more football. They give us more weeks. The fans will love it. So I mean, I think that's one of the best solutions to do, because you can't keep giving us college players cold as heck in the beginning of the game because they haven't played in a month, which is not their fault. That's the cards they're dealt with your format.
Yeah, in the past 2 years, to your point, the teams with the byes have an cumulative record of 1-7, with Indiana being that one outlier.
I think those are reasonable takes, and I think changing the schedule would be reasonable and only fair. I will say I do think we still get great product of football, regardless of how you look at it. When you look at the games that occurred, although the rankings, although all of the top seeds might have lost, we could truly say that it was great competition for half of the games. I think Georgia and Ole Miss turned out to be a cinematic film. If you're expecting anything else other than that, regardless if Georgia lost, I don't know what you like about college football. And then Miami, Ohio State, we spoke high about Miami. So I don't think Ohio State was disadvantaged at to that much. We look at the bye, it just so happens that it matches the last year's activity. So it's they'll definitely change it. But I think football is still football at the end of the day. And if you fight for the top seed, you got what you wanted. So
I gotta I gotta throw one shot in there and then I'll be serious again. Hey, Preston, you're an Alabama fan, right?
yeah, I am.
You seen your team be undefeated and win the national championship, right? Plenty of times, right? Even in college football playoffs, right?
Maybe. I
Okay.
can't
I
recall.
mean, I've seen Michigan do it too. Beat our rivals, win the Big Ten, win the national championship. I
Oh,
guess that's just not the recipe for Ohio State, man. I guess they get it's one or the other, bro. They just can't have a complete season. But all right, continue. I'm done. I just had to throw that shot out there. Go blue.
Go blue.
oh.
Mind you, Go Blue was the only team to lose to an SEC school this postseason. But nonetheless,
Hey, brother. They
um,
have a lot of problems up there. They're more worried about football.
I think it just doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't make sense. Like I agree, like the time gap, it doesn't make sense, regardless of what's going on the field. And I mean, you have to honor the numbers. I think if we get another season of a similar output, I think it definitely should change. But I mean, as far as the matchups, I mean, I guess you could say they weren't really disadvantaged because, like you said, we all spoke high on Miami. So for them to beat Ohio State, I'm not even as a Ohio State fan. I'm not shocked at that L. Ole Miss and Georgia hard to beat a team twice, and Ole Miss was in position to beat them the first time. Texas Tech, boy, oh boy,
Stinky, stinky.
yeah, they already got them a new quarterback immediately. They
Yeah.
wasted no time, man. They
Who they go
quarterback
get?
Sorsby from Cincinnati. Um,
Mm,
Yeah, man. NIL transfer portal is on fire, bro. Indiana got a couple coming through the transfer portal, and they still playing football. I mean, it's kind of ridiculous. But as far as the games and what happened, I think that I think Texas Tech defense did what it needed to do. Offense just didn't help them.
100%.
Um, Texas Tech defense definitely gave the team a chance to play. I believe they forced a couple turnovers, a lot of field goals. The offense was non-existent. You're just not going to win a game like that. So Oregon is hot, man. They're looking good. Some would say, and we get an Oregon Indiana rematch similar to Ole Miss and Georgia.
You want me to
Go
speak
ahead.
on that and be honest?
Go ahead.
Tap that ass, land. That's what they finna go to. They finna tap that ass. I ain't, no, I ain't. I'm talking Boger. They're gonna tap that ass. Like I said, the only team I had faith in winning was Indiana out of that long break because how well coached they are. They're probably gonna dog walk them boys. Because if Texas Tech had a somewhat of an offense, that game would have been totally different. Because like you said, that defense was balling out, but you can only ball out so much without help from the offense. Then you just start winding down. So Indiana plays both sides of the ball.
Yeah, I think time of possession, Oregon had the ball almost twice as long as Texas Tech. Defense is going to eventually, run out of gas. So they did what they needed to do. They held them to 6 points by halftime, but there's only been so much you can do when you're stuck on the field the whole
Yeah,
game.
And I think we discussed it, Big 12, we had a lot of high hopes for Texas Tech on how they looked against conference opponents, but NIL, no NIL, under the table, no under the table. Big 12 football is not, it's not really attractive. And that's what you get when you start playing cross conference teams. I do believe that Oregon is not half as good as they've been in the last few years. So I do think there's a rude awakening in the next game this week. But Oregon
So
seen tougher opponents throughout the year, so it makes sense.
for sure. So Indiana's like that, or Alabama just fell apart.
I think two things can be true at the same time, for sure. From if we're talking about Indiana's perspective, you have one of the best coaches in the nation, who has won everywhere, who has proven himself to turn around the
Except for Elon, but carry on.
program. Well,
It's kind of hard.
there was a nonstop, relentless attack when you got the run game being effective. Most of the runners was above 5 yards of carry going into the game, and that did not stop playing at Alabama. Fernando played like a Heisman, and then defensively, I mean they've shown why they've been undefeated so far.
What's up, YouTube?
And at the same time, I do believe that Alabama did not play recipe winning football as they have when they won games. They got away from the running game very early.
I don't have one though.
We don't have one is because Jam Miller's the worst running back we have. I guess he just earned the starting position in the beginning, so we kept giving him the ball. But we have running backs who are far more capable who actually run north and south.
And y'all got a boy out of Charlotte.
Yeah. Defensively, one thing I will say that I think I can't remember who mentioned it, but it dawned on me when I was watching Georgia Ole Miss. This might be the slowest Alabama defense I've ever seen. Like they're running in mud water. So as far as the athletes, as far as the speed, power, size, we don't have that pull coming in that Saban would have. But I do want to commend Kalen DeBoer for his efforts this year. Last year, didn't even make the playoff, played in the bowl game, didn't even make the SEC championship. This year, he makes the SEC championship, plays in a playoff game, wins a playoff game. And so it's an improvement for the Alabama program. But when you compare it to Saban, it looks like trash. So Alabama's in between a rock and a hard place right now.
Yeah, I think Cam Newton said. I think he said it as far as regarding Kalen DeBoer. I think Cam Newton put it in the best perspective, where it's like, I mean, if you look at it, I don't think Kalen DeBoer has been a failure at Alabama.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Like you said, bowl games, playoff games, improvements from building upon the previous year. It's just that, I mean, he's walking in Saban's shadow. That's already impossible, to do. But he can't be Saban. He just has to find his own lane. Find out what is Kalen DeBoer going to be. Who is Kalen DeBoer going to be? Because, I mean, obviously there's the standard there for him to be great, championship. But it's a different ball game, which is why Saban left. And he just got to figure out who is Kalen DeBoer going to be. And I think when you look at this team, it makes sense to me, though, because Kalen DeBoer came from Washington. Mm-hmm. Washington was known for their vertical attack. Michael Penix, and they put 3 receivers in the draft. I think maybe one panned out, Rome Odunze. But he was running a vertical attack at Washington. They was throwing the ball. So when I look at this Alabama team, and I see that they only rushed for 23 yards against Indiana, when I see that they struggle with rushing all season, it makes sense. Obviously, Saban didn't go for that. He got 2-3 Heisman running backs back there, and about 10 in the league.
First round.
So exactly. And so when I look at this offense, and I see Ty Simpson being the best player on this offense, and the rushing game damn near non-existence, it makes sense. But he just got to figure out what's going to work for him, and just carve his own lane at Alabama, which is going to be hard to do.
Yeah.
What did you say, person, earlier? You said something about Texas Tech and their league. You said F the Big Four. We the Big Three, like we started the league.
Go.
You said in the Big Ten's on top like Muhammad Ali. Okay, let's get it. That's what you said out your mouth, right?
No, that's not what I said, but that was good. I like that. But to the Alabama's point, if you're going to try to create an identity of vertical passing, high power offense, you have to address the offensive line. Which, when you see the history of passing the team from Saban to DeBoer, the offensive line was already a struggle, and now I believe that it's going to be much harder to recruit linemen because linemen do not go places where they don't go to the league. There's no point in carrying that weight. Like, it's just a health issue. Like, there's no point in carrying all that weight if you're not going to the league.
No cap.
So when you look at like Georgia, like you see Georgia is now a machine for linemen. You see Indiana is becoming a machine for linemen now.
Notre Dame always historically.
Notre Dame has always been
Notre Dame always.
They've always won games. So if you can't produce linemen that are going to the league, building an offensive lineman going forward in the near future, it's gonna be very tough to do, bro. But shout out to him. Year 3.
Yeah, that O lines definitely need addressing. But on the other hand, Indiana, I mean, mollywop. You feel me?
Yeah.
You have Mendoza throwing more touchdowns than incompletions. Rush for 215 yards on the ground. You know, I wish all those people who's commenting about Alabama's defense would come back to the front. But nonetheless,
and that defense was good enough to beat them good SEC teams.
The rush defense, exactly. And you go up against the Big Ten, you will get clapped. You feel me?
Yeah, we got them things too.
Exactly. And you know, we can get to that after we get through the CFP. But Indiana's steaming. I think this Oregon game, I mean, obviously it's only 2 games left, but I think the Oregon game will be it's gonna go one of 2 ways, obviously. But it's either gonna be, you know, it's hard to beat a team twice, or they're just really that good. So we'll see how that goes. But Georgia, Ole Miss, I think that was the highlight of the weekend. Crazy game. Shout out Trinidad Chambliss. You feel me? Shout out Trinidad Chambliss. Crazy game. They did it without Lane Kiffin. Kirby Smart's supposed to be that guy. When he went out there, lost to a coordinator, defensive coordinator who had the job for about a week or 2. You know, costly.
Is the DC not the OC?
Oh,
It's the DC, not the OC. The head coach. The head coach is the offensive coordinator, right?
The head coach is the defense coordinator for Ole Miss. Golden.
Oh, I was thinking this whole time he was the OC.
Nah, he was the DC, man. But now that I remember, when I was watching the game, we spoke on how Ole Miss lost the game against Georgia the first time. And Trinidad, they was shuffling him in and out of the lineup in the red zone the first game, bringing in that other dude. And it was just no consistency. He plays the full game this game. Crazy throw, you know, to end the game. Electric, bro. It was electric, man. Kirby Smart, some costly 4th down attempts in the 4th quarter. Now he's at home. He's supposed to be this guy. He's supposed to be the coach of America. But
yeah,
I take my foot off of Gunnar Stockton's neck too. Gunnar Stockton was hooping. I ain't gonna lie. I flip every other week with him, but Gunnar Stockton in the 4th quarter, and they pulled up the stats. His 4th quarter stats. I mean, he's when it comes to the 4th quarter, he's got the greatest thing to walk across the field. But he was making some great throws in the 4th quarter, and I mean, they at home, bro. It is what it is. Shout out Ole Miss for getting it done without Lane Kiffin.
Yeah. That'll be a staple for this playoff. A game like that is what you need to keep college football going. As much flack as the teams who made it go, as much as the flack for all of these teams who got a bye losing. I think that was worth whatever it took for these two teams to come together again. I do believe that Kirby Smart is the best coach in the world. However, a lot of great coaches late in game, they overcomplicate it, or they gamble and they play craps and you can crap out. It is what it is. Shout out to Ole Miss. I did not expect them with losing their head coach to go as far as they have. This is a great season by far. Shout out to Trinidad James.
Thank you. Go to all of my.
Yeah.
Yeah, he played lights out. I mean, 362 tutties. Yeah. And then that throw to seal the game was very clutch.
We still saying Kirby Smart the best coach if Indiana wins this year?
I mean, we have short-term memory if that's what we're doing.
I mean, it's easier to win in Georgia than it is in Indiana. That's one of the greatest coaching jobs I've ever seen.
Until Kirby Smart showed up, it was not.
I don't think you heard what I said. I said it's easier to win in Georgia than it is in Indiana. Do you disagree with that?
Yeah.
I'm not going to dwell on that because we got a show to go to. I don't even understand the question.
No, I agree. It is definitely easier to win in Georgia.
Yeah. First off, Georgia has like the hotbed of recruits. If I'm being on a national championship, I'm circling Georgia and saying I want everybody.
He's made it that way.
What?
Bro, you've played NCAA.
No,
not even NCAA. NCAA aside, bro.
No, but what I'm saying is like you can't name no lineman coming from Georgia before 2018. You can't name no defensive guys coming from Georgia.
Nick Chubbs. I said Nick Chubbs. What's his cousin name that played at
NC
last
State?
name Chubb?
Bradley?
Yeah. Bradley Chubb. And he's from Georgia. Well, I'm saying I'm saying he has the hotbed of recruits. Georgia, the state of Georgia, has hotbed of high school recruits.
And that's what I'm saying. I guess. But what was you saying about the game?
I don't know if I might have said it in previous episode, but I'll say it again. If Cignetti wins the chip this year, it would be the greatest coaching season I've ever seen from a coach. To put two teams in the playoffs and take Indiana, have a perfect season, defeat the reigning champs, and go win the championship. 4 postseason games? It'd be the greatest coaching job I've seen in my lifetime.
Yeah. Hands down.
I mean,
nah.
The only reason that I say short-term memory is because does Georgia have 2 national championships? 3?
Mm-hmm. Back to back, don't they? 2 back to back.
He's been to like I don't think that Cignetti is going to slow down anytime soon. So I'm not trying to take away any credit. And I do believe that this season would be like up there with Don Shula when we talking about remembering seasons. But Kirby Smart has done it for the past almost like 10 years now.
Yeah, I agree. You definitely need some consistency, before you can start being held. But that's why I said just this season alone. Me personally, I said just this season alone. It would be some of the greatest thing I've seen. And then lastly, we have the Miami and Ohio State game. I mean, 7 Bill, do you have anything to say?
Yeah, I wasn't wrong. It was early. I mentioned this is I look at it this way. I think when things go the way they can go, they're gonna go how they're supposed to go. When we was breaking down Miami, Ohio State, I said if there was any team that was going to be the upset, it was going to be Miami. When you see how it played out, when I said special teams is going to be a factor, we saw 3 points off the board because of one of the worst kicks again in Ohio State history. See it like college football playoff, Ohio State, worst kicks I've ever seen in my life. Every year, we said that was going to be a factor, and it became a factor. And when you look at 14, 14 or 17-14 versus 14 or versus 17-17 in the end, the ending plays out differently. When I mentioned that Indiana had 5 sacks in beating Ohio State, and that was going to affect Julian Saying, Miami had five sacks. And the interception in the beginning did not help Julian Saying settle in at all. Jeremiah Smith went off against Indiana. Jeremiah Smith went off against Miami. Although he missed a block, that'll be on, combine film. He still performed well, and they still lost because the key to winning against Ohio State was all about making Julian Saying the worst player on the field. Julian Saying did not have a great game. He missed a lot of throws, and it ended up being the swinger for Miami. I also mentioned that if Carson Beck did not ruin the game, they were going to win the game. And he did not ruin the game. In fact, I feel like he's played his best game we've seen in a few weeks. So it made sense. When you look at what Miami has set up over there, they have top-tier pass rushers. They have a great defense. That's some dogs on that side. When you look at the plays that were made, when you look at the pick 6, 5 sacks, that's pretty tough to beat. And you look on the other side with Mark Fletcher, who we haven't mentioned a lot. He's a great runner of the football. He runs straight. And although it doesn't look flashy in games against Ohio State, he gets first downs. And a couple first downs. Ohio State was a couple first downs away from coming back. And they picked it up a little too late.
I mean, the Ohio State defense was just getting ran through. It was like a open cave, very inviting. Huh?
In the fourth quarter.
Yeah. They couldn't get a stop when they needed it. And pressure on Julian Saying led to that game being out of hand. I mean, they got a free 7 thanks to Jeremiah Smith. But I mean, I'm not surprised at Miami winning the game. Now they better go win this national championship.
Probably not, but
that's what
we got to remember, Miami is also a team that doesn't know how to put it together all the time. When it comes to Ohio State, I feel like, if I'm not mistaken, I feel like y'all start feeding Jeremiah towards the end of the game. I think that's where y'all messed up at. When you got Debo Samuels, when you got Debo on the field, who's better than everybody else, feed him the ball. I don't care. He should have had 20 targets if he wanted to win. The way y'all was playing, just give him 20 targets.
Did you say Debo Samuel?
I meant Debo. Samuels came out naturally because we're talking about football. Debo.
Okay.
Yeah. Just Debo. When you got the best player, probably, I'll say it, the best player in college football, definitely on the offensive side, you just feed him the ball. I know Tate is good and everything, but you're triple teaming Jeremiah Smith for a reason. Feed him the ball. Find a way to get him the ball. Sweep, do whatever you need to do. Give your best player the ball. Or at least run it with Bo Jackson a little more. Because what Bo Jackson had, he did straight. He had a touchdown, if I'm not mistaken. He had a touchdown, but
11 for
get
55.
that going a little more than just Bo Jackson and Jeremiah Smith. It should have been that type of show. He should have put up Julio number. He should have put up 250. I mean, if y'all wanted to win the way they were playing.
But if we're being honest, like Miami defense really suffocated Ohio State's momentum until the third quarter, which was the only quarter that they looked like Ohio State. So I think it's tough to think that Ohio State could have did any better. I just think everything went right for Miami.
Yeah, that defense line, boy. Hey, shout out to him.
And then the field goal,
steak dinners all week.
That's on the coach now. At this point, you knew who you had back there, and you still try to put 3 points up before half. You might as well shoot a Hail Mary.
Yeah,
you know who's back there now.
But you can't do that. You can't eliminate the kicking game that early. Not if you expect it, because if you don't kick that field goal there, you can't kick a field goal for the rest of the game. You can't kick a field goal for the rest of the playoffs. You still got, quote unquote, you're thinking you got 2 more games to go. Because at what point are you going to call them up?
I mean, in all seriousness, though, that might be the Ohio State's benefit for the foreseeable future until they get a real kicker. Here's why I say that, though, and this is why that I think coaches have to take mental notes on potentially games that are back to back, or just like as a team when you're in the game. Celebration Bowl over a month ago. Prairie View versus South Carolina State. The Prairie View kicker missed a field goal within 20 yards. He should have took note of that. They go to overtime. They have a chance to drive. They settle for a field goal. They could have made a touchdown and won the game. They settled for a field goal. They tried to tee him up, and he shanked it, and it was from further away. And it's like, did you not see him miss the chipper in the first quarter? Your kicker doesn't have it. So when you know that your kicker doesn't have it, you kind of have to approach it a little bit more. Now, yes, it would have been a gamble if you would have still lost, but I don't think sometimes when you're in a situation like that, when you're down 14-0, pick six, Miami come out there, take the momentum. You can't play it safe. You can't play it how John Madden would tell you to call it. Like, you kind of got to go for jugglers because your kicker is not – he doesn't have the ice. He doesn't have it, and you don't need to win this by 3 points, because if it comes down to 3 points, Ohio State's not going to win. Let's just be honest. Over the past few years, if it comes down to the kicker winning the game, they're not going to win the game. So, it's like damn if you do, damn if you don't, though. So, whatever.
It ain't rocket science, man. All you gotta do is go to the soccer team and get one of the soccer players, man. It's the oldest trick in the book for football.
And we're progressive. If your girl soccer team better, get one of them. Get somebody good. That's crazy. The face you made pressing is wild. I ain't gonna lie.
How do you want me to respond to that?
Bro, I mean, it's the truth, bro. If your girls like UNC, everybody know UNC women's soccer is like top tier, like the best ever. If they need a kicker, you go into the women's soccer team. Get the best.
Who y'all got in the games this week?
That's crazy, bro. I try to be progressive.
I'm saying like,
but when I tell them time to get in the kitchen, I'll hush me up. That's crazy. That's crazy.
Ole Miss, and Miami. We got SEC matchup. I think that Ole Miss is the last SEC team standing. The reason why I'm high on Miami is because of what happened against the Ohio State game. I mean, they have the best defense, standing. If you ask me, I think so. That defensive line is going to carry.
Yeah,
they got NFL players on that defensive line, and we got a defensive line like that that's going to wreak havoc. I mean, it makes the game easier for everybody. So I expect Miami's defensive line to carry them to the national championship. I expect them to carry whoop up on Ole Miss. Now, Ole Miss has shown that they can put up points. And if they do get into a shootout, that's only going to create more margin of error for Carson Beck. And that could be dangerous for Miami.
Yeah. And I think the wild card, which is why I don't want to say this, because I think Miami's going to win. But I think the only way for Ole Miss to win is to eliminate the pass rush, and they have the perfect offense to do it because they play with tempo. You want to eliminate the defense being a factor. You run 3 plays in a minute and 30 seconds and watch a defense decline. Like that is no team is built for that. So it's gonna be, I think it's gonna be the one to watch. You definitely don't want to miss that game. Definitely don't.
I feel the same. Miami definitely gonna lean on that defense. And for you boys over there at Ole Miss, sayonara, get them out of there. Last SEC team up out of here.
Yeah,
y'all. They played good against Georgia, a cold Georgia team, but whose offense is not
good,
not that good, and they still put up 30. What they still put up 34?
Yeah,
34 points up against them.
Mm-hmm.
I think Miami more explosive than them, so, and they play better defense, so it might swing one way. I might be able to take a nap.
Oregon and Indiana rematch, man. They say it's hard to beat a team twice. That's what y'all said.
It is hard to beat a team twice.
Oregon allegedly, according to some of our TikTok viewers, Oregon was without a receiver and tight end the first time that they played.
That's cute.
They're going to be healthy this time.
Is this the Thursday game?
Friday.
Friday.
Don't they both play Friday?
No. One's Thursday, one's Friday. I know one's 8th, one's 9th. I just couldn't remember who was which.
What a fine little treat. Because, Monday, Tuesday. Well, yesterday, FCS Championship was kind of lit, but today and tomorrow. But nonetheless, Indiana, Oregon, I feel like it's going to be a Big Ten game. I think that's what we're going to see. We're going to see a Big Ten game. These are two teams who like to run the ball a lot, two run-heavy offenses. Obviously, Oregon has electric weapons. They can go vertical. Indiana has the Heisman quarterback. But the thing is going to be a Big Ten game. They're going to be a lot of running the ball a lot. Let me see where these games. Which bowl game is this?
It is the
Atlanta Peach Bowl, Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl. It's gonna be a real gutty game. It's gonna make a lot of people mad. I think that's what's gonna happen. We're gonna get a lot of Big Ten discourse this weekend with this game.
Yeah.
But there is a 100% chance that there will be a Big Ten team in the championship.
Oh yeah, hands down.
That's very elite.
Which means there'll be a 50% chance the Big Ten goes back to back to back to back. But three-peat is crazy. But we're gonna get there. Don't worry.
And we talk about Oregon offense.
Back to back. You mean
three-peat? He meant three-peat. Michigan, Ohio State, Indiana.
One of them.
All of them count. The Oregon team. We talk about the offense, but I don't think their defense could keep up. Like Indiana defense could keep up. Ever since they played Ohio State and played that set of wide receiver duo, they're not knocking smoke with anybody else in the country. I don't expect them to dust them boys. Not at all. I think they're gonna limit what Oregon can do. I don't care if they got their tight end back. You said they were missing the tight end, and who else?
Receiver.
Clamps.
I will say there was a moment in the Indiana-Alabama game. I think this is where I cut it off. But I genuinely was driving though. And it spoke heavily, which I think it speaks to why Indiana's gotten this far. Alabama came out like they was gonna go for it. And I don't know if Indiana called the timeout.
You burnt two.
Alabama burned 2 timeouts in a row.
If I'm not mistaken, y'all burned 2 timeouts in a row, and then they came back out and went for it anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, y'all burned 2 timeouts.
And they still didn't get it. It speaks to Indiana's discipline and like that the fact that they're able to be that intense no matter what the stake is. It's like that's a defense that's hard to score and it's hard to beat. And it's proven. You beat a team like Ohio State and lead them to 10 points. I mean, I don't know what else to expect but Indiana rolling. So I got Indiana over Oregon by at least 2 touchdowns.
Hello. Nah, for real though. Bro, like Preston said, bro, when I seen that play, it's funny. I was driving to DC when that happened. I said, you burned 2 timeouts and you still don't get it. And they flipped the field, so they're already damn near red zone. Yeah. I said, yeah, game over. I still watch it because I need entertainment while driving. But I said, yeah, over.
Driving. No,
you know what I mean? You put the phone up on the dash.
You never paid attention to the commercial.
No.
But yeah.
I think Indiana's definitely going to. I think Indiana's going to win this game as well. I think, like I said, this is Kirk Cincinnati's chance to, carve out a space for himself in the college football landscape. We're just going to see like just how big a stake he's going to take, because like I said, I think Indiana. I'm not all the way hip, but as far as transfer portal, I think they're like been very active. And then you have considering that whole Big Ten up north region. He could definitely take over up there. But as far as the football game, Dante Moore, like I said, quarterback play landscape has been very mellow. Um, Dante Moore, well, I look at his game log against teams, basically the best competition he's played all season. As far as the playoffs, he threw no touchdowns against Tech. He's thrown 3 picks in the playoffs already. And then when they played Indiana the first time, when you play Indiana the first time, he threw, I think, 2 picks. Dante Moore threw 2 picks when they played Indiana the first time. Even when they played Iowa, USC, I think he had an interception in each of those games as well. So I do expect Indiana to, like I said, these teams are both run-heavy offenses. They also have great rushing defenses. It's going to come down to quarterback play. We just seen Mendoza against a limping Alabama team have a almost perfect game. Took him 14 completions to put up 38. So I expect Indiana to win this game as well, convincing fashion. And they're calling Dan Lanning a fraud, and there might be conversations there.
Yeah.
Let's just. I think we did it last week. Let's just carry on. Let's just go ahead with Texas Tech. Was their season a success?
Yeah, 100%.
I guess.
I believe so. I mean, you go from not making it to a bye in the playoff.
Progression.
Yeah, and they're getting active in the transfer portal. They've already addressed the quarterback, and they're loading up on the defense as well. So I guess it's a win for them. Alabama, was their season a success?
Yes.
Yeah, they showing progress year by year.
The only reason you call it failure is because it's not a saving year.
And we got to get that up. Nick Saban is no longer there.
Yeah, I guess.
And then we don't give him the grace when Nick Saban say he's not coaching no more. How many players transferred out of there?
Yeah, I think once Ty Simpson, I think Kalen DeBoer, I think he has like 1 or 2 years left because, now the Saban players are rolling out of there. Now his recruits are going to start getting the playing time. All his recruits, is going to be on the field, and we're going to really see, his system at Alabama. So,
yeah,
his grace period is running up, but I guess state season was all right. Georgia, was their season a success?
No.
ACC champions.
I say no. Yeah, I'll say no because we expect more out of Kirby.
And the same situation happened last year. They went to the playoffs first. They had a bye, if I'm not mistaken, and they lost. Or did they? No, because they played. No.
It was Oregon, Boise State,
Texas. No, it was Georgia because it was Oregon, Boise State, or Oregon, Boise State, Georgia, and
Penn State. Notre Dame.
They lost to Notre Dame. The same way. It was a great game, but I mean, you lost again. So it's like Kirby Smart has had 2 opportunities to see how this bye week stuff goes, and he couldn't deliver. And I don't think it's a failure in regards to like he got to be fired or something. But I mean, there's definitely room for improvement. You got to tighten up.
Yeah, no playoff wins. And Ohio State, was their season a success?
I mean, sure, you beat Michigan. You got one of them. You got what you wanted. So yeah.
At what cost?
At what
I
cost,
mean,
bro?
hey, you got to pick one, bro.
At what cost? I think it's ridiculous that they didn't get it done.
Yeah, I think
No.
it was it was not a success. No Big Ten championship, no playoff wins. And if Ryan Day lost to Michigan, he'd be fired.
Yeah, definitely with y'all on defense having what 3, 4 first rounders.
Uh,
Downs, Reese, the D tackle, and I
Sony,
think they talk about y'all linebacker now.
yeah, Sony Styles
Yeah,
for sure. Definitely a failure. Not a failure, but not a success. And then as far as well, I think that something that needs to happen. Y'all know how the college basketball has the conference challenges. They need to introduce that into football. Like in college basketball, there's the Big Ten ACC challenge,
Yeah.
there's the
Mhm.
SEC Big 12 challenge. They
Yeah.
need to introduce that into college football. They do that early in the season. That's like the earliest tournament. That way we get those cross conference matches. You get the competition, and it's like the top of the conference play the top of the conference. It's not Carolina going out to play freaking Missouri. Like no, like big dogs play the big dogs. So I think college football needs to implement that in those first 2-3 weeks of the season before conference play starts, and cut the middleman out because Texas Tech going out there and putting up 0 points is disgusting. Considering you look at their season, they dominated the Big 12 and go out there and put a goose egg up. You have the SEC, who's been overranked all season.
Mm-hmm.
SEC only wins. The only wins the SEC has this postseason has came from beating itself. If you take out the wins, the SEC got over itself. They have one win.
Yeah.
So I think college football needs to introduce the cross conference challenges the same way college basketball does. And this will help with viewership, rankings, and postseason quality play and all of that.
Two things. I agree with you 100%. They should do that. The problem is the Big Ten will play like the ACC, and then the SEC. Other than Alabama, which I respect them because they go out there and try to play who they can. Other than Alabama, they'll go out there and try to play like Conference USA. That'd be their challenge. That's what they would do. But I told y'all, I said this. I've been called all types of names, and it hurt. Actually, I don't give a shit. But I've been called all types of names for saying this for what 2 years now. I've been trying to open y'all eyes about the SEC. It's not the good old days no more. It's just not, bro. They're hiding in their own conference, saying, "Well, we're the best team because we beat each other." Man, shut up. If y'all didn't use that excuse for the ACC last year, when all them SEC teams were good, right? We don't do that for nobody else, but we do it. We do it for the SEC in all sports. Let's stop it. The SEC is not no juggernauts. There's no Nick Saban there, who was the juggernaut. Kirby Smart, respect you. You are still a great coach, even though you lost the last 2 years. You're still a great coach. But other than that, there's no consistent team in the SEC. Absolutely zero. Literally, Texas came in and started being a top dog in the SEC, and they could even get it done in the big. What was it called again? What was it called again? The
Big
big.
12.
They couldn't even get it done in the Big 12. They was even the big dog in the Big 12. Came in and started whooping on them SEC teams. That should have showed you right there, and that was the key factor. When Texas came in and started being daddy, SEC is not as good as it used to be, bro. Well, I'll be honest. Was it ever really that good? It's just very top heavy.
Yeah.
Okay. I almost agree with you. 100%. The last bit, I gotta honor before honor comes humility, right? So I agree with you that the pendulum on the conferences has swung for sure. The SEC is not it right now. When you look at Alabama being in the Saban recovery mode, not it. Georgia falling short, even though they're the most recent champion, I believe.
Out of the SEC.
Yeah, not it.
Yeah. Gave them respects, though. I respect Georgia.
And outside of
Yeah.
Alabama and Georgia, I mean, historically, it's been one-offs. for most
Yeah.
of the time. So I agree that top heavy. But we're not the only conference that's top heavy. The same situations that we just talked about, we can say the same thing for the Big Ten. It just so happened that this is the Big Ten's time, and I do agree that the Big Ten is the best conference right now. Right now.
Whoa! Breaking news.
I mean, it showed. It showed. I mean, Indiana has proven themselves, but this is new. This is new for Indiana.
For sure.
The last 2 years is brand new. When Oregon pulled up, when Oregon pulled up to the Big Ten, they became a top dog immediately, just like Texas with the SEC, because the Oregon was not always in the Big Ten.
Wait, who did Oregon play that first year though?
Were they not the Big Ten champion the first year?
They were, but they got clapped by the Big Ten. You know what I'm saying?
But what I'm saying is Eric brought up some points. I just wanted to address those points.
But wait. To combat that point. To combat that point, Oregon was the top dog in their own conference before they came over, right?
Pac-12. Yeah.
Texas was not the big dog in their conference.
I wasn't addressing that. I was addressing that the first year in the conference you win a championship. So the Big Four changed a lot. And then outside of Michigan and Ohio State, historically, which Michigan really is not historically great. I don't know where is this coming from, but outside of the last 3 years, buddy, Michigan has been garbled. They just they became relevant in 2020, respectfully.
They became
it's a consistency though. It's a consistent 3 years.
They
what? I mean,
they became relevant thanks to Ryan Day.
Okay, so outside of Ohio State, historically, Big Ten has been top heavy as well. But most conferences are top heavy.
Yeah,
that's so.
But no,
it's just that the torch has been passed from the SEC, so it must be addressed. I acknowledge that, but the Big Ten is also top heavy.
And let's address why. Because NIL has evened the playing field. NIL has evened the playing field.
I think
recruits no longer are just staying in the South. You can pull a recruit from the South with some money up to the North or to the West Coast or wherever. And now that the playing field's even, ACC is falling off.
I think that's a factor, but another factor is this. It's one man, for real. When Nick Saban left the college football playoff, eyes got big. And that's why we saw last week 5 of the 8 coaches came from the Nick Saban tree.
Yeah. Wait.
5.
I think it was 5-4. Yeah.
Still in there.
Crystal ball.
Indiana's head coach.
Dan Lennon.
And then Ole Miss, I don't know about Ole Miss. I could be wrong, but Lane Kiffin used to be.
I think the coordinator is
It's
too.
from Alabama as well. It's from Saban as well. So it's like when Saban left, eyes got big. And Saban was leaving. I mean, when Saban wasn't Saban anymore because guys started to leave, and I think that Saban tree shows his impact. But I'm not saying that to give credit to Alabama. I'm saying that to give credit to Nick Saban. The amount of coaches that he's developed under his wing is actually monumental. And I don't think we'll ever see a guy in the next. Well, it's going to take at least 30 years to see this level of impact.
That's fair, and we only see that in like the NFL with like Bill Parcells. That's the only other coaching tree you'll see like that impact.
Who Nick Saban is a part of, right?
Shoot, he might be. He actually might be.
You said what now?
Bill Parcells really great.
I think Nick Saban is in that coaching tree, if I'm not mistaken, because it's Bill Belichick.
Bill Belichick coached with Parcells, but not Saban.
But
because Parcells was a Giant, right?
Yeah.
But who else did he coach?
Saban never coached with him.
Okay.
He coached at Michigan State. They coached together in Cleveland.
But I mean,
Bill Parcells is also tough too.
Yeah. But nonetheless, I was saying that to say, Nick Saban is technically under the tree because Nick Saban's under Belichick. But
Yeah, he's not a direct line. I was talking about direct lines. I'll see what you're saying, but I'll talk about a direct line.
Under
that's his
Belichick is crazy.
that's
I
his
mean,
granddaddy. But
The head coach. That's fair. That's fair.
but I was saying that to say the whole MO has been. I mean, I'm not taking nothing away. Like Nick Saban, he figured it out and ran with it and dominated, the 2010s. But he got out when he knew to get out.
Yeah.
Because we can't sit here and say, can anybody sit here and confidently say Nick Saban would still be running-ish the same way to this day if he didn't step down?
No.
unless they gave him an endless bag to give away. No.
Nah, but I think the bag takes away his coaching style.
Yeah, because they're like, I don't got to deal with this. I'll hit the portal. I'll take my million somewhere.
I think Nick Saban talked to kids a certain way that ultimately, I mean, men need, but we getting soft. Last days. That control, that NIL empowers the kid, and it makes them feel a little bit self-righteous and untouchable. So it wouldn't be. He's not player-friendly coach, for real.
I feel like, but I don't know, because he's under the same tree.
Okay.
I feel like Indiana's head coach might coach the same way, low-key. He might say cool phrases here and there, but I feel like he's hard on them kids too.
Yeah, because didn't y'all just say like the discipline Indiana shows like on the field? That comes from
with some fear.
Yeah,
some fear. I'm like, discipline comes with some fear. You gotta be worried about the outcome if you don't do right.
Yeah, to the point where Alabama wasted 2 timeouts and didn't get a 4th-down conversion. That's
crazy.
Absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah,
that was good ball, because I meant to write that down so I can remember. That when I seen that, I said, "Oh yeah, get them out of there, get them out of there."
But yeah, I mean, well, I was saying that to say, I see what perspective y'all are saying as far as the empowerment of the kids, but I'm just saying as far as the leveling out of the talent, could we confidently say Saban was still run with it, because Saban, it got to a point where he recruited because off the name of Alabama, but it wouldn't really work like that no more once the money started coming in. But no, that's good. What?
I think that's fair because Alabama doesn't have it.
Like
Alabama doesn't have it.
Yeah, they don't. But you just want to go play for Saban. You just want to go play for Alabama because you're either gonna win a championship or you're gonna go to the draft or both.
Yeah.
And if I'm a D lineman, I'm going there because I know a bigger bag is coming.
And then the prestige outside of Alabama, prestige outside of the state of Alabama for school wise, when you look at money, like nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, what you mean?
Who wants to go to Alabama just for education outside of Alabama? That's not like you don't. No.
I mean, the others want to go there for the Greek life, but
hey, that's crazy. And that is ridiculous. Like what? You want to go to a college, pay $20,000 to get spanked?
I mean, they do, bro. They be in tubas. I mean, not tubas. What's the Greek thing called?
I'm not picking 4 years in school. I mean, you can get paused. You can get spanked anywhere.
Maybe you can get spanked here.
All right. Well, we was talking about fraternity.
Excuse me.
We talking about sororities. Hey, next.
Them boys that went off the ropes. But yeah, man. Let's go ball, man. We're gonna have some good games Thursday and Friday. We call around on that. Like I said, man, college football is in a disgusting place, man. Hopefully it gets fixed, bro. Mind you, these kids are in their spring semester and they're still playing fall sports, but nonetheless, we call around on that. We call around, man. Because it's time for the playoffs, man. NFL playoffs, bro.
Yes, sir.
What a weekend, man. What a
For
weekend.
some people.
You know, the NFL script writers was definitely on one. You know what I'm
They
saying?
can get shanked.
To close, yeah, give them a check to close out the NFL season the way that they did on Sunday night. This is just a masterpiece, but nonetheless, I know what it is. Power rankings, you feel me? Did the Bears? No, Bears didn't win. So, nobody.
So
won.
keep it in the same order. We won, but we'll talk about that later.
So we keep it in the same order. You know what I'm saying? Because folks want to skip a week when the Cowboys win and everybody else lose. But nonetheless,
You were
Bears.
never. You see what I'm talking about, Preston? Preston, I'm not tripping, right?
What?
Week by week, it must be named.
What are you talking about?
But keep going.
That's how we do our rankings order.
No. Keep going. No, keep going though. You got it.
Bears. No, but end of the season we rank all the playoff teams. So we're gonna be ranking the playoff teams 1 through 14.
Okay.
Bears, Panthers. So 7, Bill, Eric, and then I'll go last.
Based off of what happened last week, the number one team in the NFL right now is the Seattle Seahawks.
Hands down.
5.
Right now, give me. They beat a team that played no starters. Give me Denver, but they didn't play no starters, if I'm not mistaken. Chargers. Trey Lance is out there slinging.
Hold on. Let me find the list so I don't lose it. Okay. Here we go. Now it's on me. So we have
and people not gonna like it. Basically.
Wait. I'm sorry. So you had Seahawks, right? They're 1.
Yes.
And you said Broncos at 2.
Mm-hmm.
I know where I'm going.
Don't forget.
It's very interesting how they hopped up there, but I'm going to put the Rams at 3. I'm going to keep them at 3.
I like that pick. You want to know why? Because I'm going with number 4, the other 5 seed, the Houston Texans.
See what I'm saying? But if I speak, so you got the Panthers at 5, right, Eric?
Give me Jacksonville at 5.
God no. If he put Panthers anywhere other than 14, I will log off.
I mean,
log off.
I actually don't
log
have
off.
the diligence.
He said he put the Panthers wherever the Texans is, but nonetheless. So that leaves at 6. Oh,
who we put at 5?
Jacksonville.
Okay,
Jaguars.
That's fair.
Hey, dang, that was a stinky game. No.
You still got to do it though. You still have to do it. There's no better teams.
Yes, it is, but I'll put the Patriots at 6. I had another name in mind.
At 7, give me the Niners.
What? Okay. Interesting.
Am I lost? I don't think I'm lost.
No, I was gonna put them at 6, but they put up 3 points. Seahawks.
We can talk about it.
Mm-hmm. Give me.
Watch this. You ready? I'm gonna have to say them. Go ahead.
Give me the Bills.
Ridiculous. Go ahead now. I'm gonna have to say them. Go ahead.
He said the Bills. Oh, so check.
I'm gonna have to say him. Go ahead, bro.
I mean, it's either thing one or thing two. Everybody's losers. But it's either one or the other.
That's ridiculous.
So Bills at 8. I'll put Bears at 9.
That's fair. I'm gonna go Eagles at 10.
Yeah.
Give me.
Okay.
You want Eagles? Give me the Packers.
Interesting. That's on me at 12. That leaves 3 teams.
What happened? We said. Okay. I'm hip.
I'll go Chargers at 12. He gets to do the honors.
At 13, Pittsburgh Steelers. Oh snap! It's only funny because I genuinely like. I think that's the right decision, but whatever. I'm not even trolling.
And
At 14, Eric.
Give me the underdogs. Been there before.
Facts. Facts.
Against the same team.
who's the underdogs?
Carolina Panthers.
And who'd you put at 13?
The Pittsburgh Steelers.
Oh, okay. And there you have it, man. That is our NFL postseason. Seattle Seahawks, #1 team in the NFL. Very interesting. I have mixed emotions about this one. I was high on them early, let me down early, but to see them here at #1, shout out to them, especially for a team that has no rushing attack. And Sam Darnold at the quarterback to counter that.
No
good
rushing attack, but they play man defense better than anybody in the NFL. When you can play cover 2 all game, crazy.
Defense.
And to go out there and hold the 49ers to 3 points at the end of the season, after 49ers had an electric game the week before, 49ers offense and that team has actually been rolling towards the end of the season. I think they definitely rightfully earned that #1 seed. Shout out to the rematch, division rivals. They was able to get their face back against the Rams and Niners.
Yeah. I think going into the playoffs is only right. You have the #1 seed, you got the bye. The performance you did against the 49ers, I think, spoke against the fact that Sam Darnold doesn't have to. Wait a minute. I've been avoiding it all game.
Right. No, I'm
Oh my goodness. Yeah. We Sam Darnold does not have to win them ball games. We saw them win against the Rams a few weeks ago, where Sam Darnold threw 2 interceptions early and they dug themselves back out of that. Now, I think that was 2 hands in that, which Rams also folded. But when you look at the game against the 49ers, when you hold the 49ers to 3 points, it speaks highly against defense, and you need a defense going into the playoffs. And there's only a few teams on this list that has a defense. It gets a little light towards the end of the list. And having home field advantage in Seattle with the 12th man, I mean, we've seen it historically. That's a hard game to win in the playoffs. I don't know too many teams that will win that game. So shout out to him from earning the #1 seed.
Lightning's in the chat. Yeah, man. NFC goes through Seattle, the 12th man.
Okay.
And the AFC goes through Denver, The Mile High City. Is this 2014? Are we in a time lapse?
No, we're not. I put them at number 2 because I guess they earned it throughout the year. They're number 1 in punting the ball.
What does that mean?
That means they don't get it done on offense. They're going to have something click in these playoffs series, because if they got to go against Houston or Jacksonville next round, it's over. Unless they find something magically clicks, they're gone. They're out of there. That relying strictly on your defense is not going to get them far. Not against these teams. Not in the playoffs.
Defense wins championships. So they say.
They do, but not only defense. You still need to produce on offense.
Well, the last time that Denver won a championship, the offense was piss poor. And then 2 years before, when they had the number 1 offense in the league, they got mollywopped in the Super Bowl by the number 1 defense. So I do believe that they can get it done. I also think home advantage will be to their advantage. However, they can't risk being down in the fourth quarter. I think a comeback is highly unlikely against teams like what Eric said. Against the Texans, against the Jaguars, I think the comeback is highly unlikely.
Who Houston, if I'm not mistaken, the last 6 weeks, we could say have a better defense.
No, I believe the Texans are the best defense in the league right now. I think Broncos are still up there, but I mean, somebody predicted the Broncos being this good, but whatever. That was a long time ago. I don't have a receipt, so it genuinely doesn't matter. All glory to God. But shout out to them for turning it around. I think they brought in some very, very fire pieces, considering their defense was already good last year. They brought in some very fire pieces to help solidify that defense as a top tier defense for a long time. And Tua Hufanga, I can't think of his name. He's always getting hurt.
Dre Greenlaw.
To already had Pro Bowlers and Zach Allen, Nick Benito, one of the best players in the NFL, Pat Surtain. Zach Moss looks buns on paper, but I mean, bro, you gotta have somebody as the weak link that helps the defense for real. All right. So I think it'll be tough. I only think there's one team that can beat them, but we can.
Who's the one team?
I said we talk about that. We're gonna get there.
Oh, okay.
I mean, Rams, crazy for them their season to end up in a 5 seed, but it is what it is. And they get a chance to go redeem themselves as to the reason why they are in the 5 seed. They get a chance to go back to Charlotte, and have a chance to get their face back. But I mean, hopefully for them, Devontae Adams is back healthy and is able to compete. Matthew Stafford, is that your MVP for the season? Or
yeah, hands down. He's killing them in the touchdown category, if I'm not mistaken. He leads the league in yards. And did he win the division? No. But they're right there. They still got in the NFC. They still got the second best record.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, they got the second best record.
Seattle won the NFC by 2 games. That's crazy. But yeah, I think Stafford should be MVP, man. Drake May had a good season, but like I said, his best win is the Carolina Panthers outside the Bills. And it's not to shout the Panthers. It's just it's not a lot there on the resume. And like you said, Stafford, he definitely balled out all season. I think he should be MVP. And they have their path. I mean, they'll get another date, Baron, if they NFL playoffs is different, so we'll just see. But do the Seahawks have the offensive player of the year?
Yeah, because Jonathan Taylor slowed it down. He slowed it down as soon as Darnold got hurt. I
But
mean, Jones got hurt.
he fell off like the Simpsons.
Yeah, the last 6 weeks he only had 1, 2 touchdowns.
Crazy work.
I do believe Ben is definitely a contender or favorite for the Offensive Player of the Year. But I wanna make a pinpoint on the Rams. Say I'm early. I believe that the LA Rams are set up to look a lot like the Super Bowl run that the Tampa Bay Buccaneers had in 2021. Here's why. You have a 5 seed who the Buccaneers were a 5 seed, in which they lost to multiple. They lost to the Saints twice in the regular season. They lost to the 49ers twice, if I'm not mistaken. Didn't the Rams lose to the 49ers twice? Maybe they didn't, but I thought
They
they did.
lose to anybody twice?
I know they lost. They have 6 losses, right?
5.
Oh, they're 12-5.
No, they beat the 49ers the second time.
Okay.
I don't think they lost to anybody twice.
Yeah, no.
They lost to a division opponent that they're going to have to see. They're going to have to see the Seahawks and the 49ers, I believe, on their way. And then
Bearing, they get out of the first round.
they're going to beat Carolina.
Are you sure? Because they're talking about they have Devontae Adams. We didn't have our Pro Bowler. We were both down the man.
There is no okay. If we can just be like even kill on this one, if we can have no partiality, because God shows no partiality. There is no football that points to the Panthers beating the Rams, other than the fact that they lost. But in that loss, Matthew Stafford he threw 2 early picks, and it was just hard for him to come back. I don't think Matthew Stafford throws picks in the playoffs. I also think he's the best quarterback in the NFC playoffs this year. And I'm going to choose a better quarterback to win.
And I could tell you 2 things. And I'll tell you a third thing, what I think goes against us. Yes, we did beat them, so we have that fear. We have that over them. They already know they can go there and smack them in the mouth. Number 2, we have proven and shown when it comes to the top teams in the NFC, we compete. And we mostly win when it comes to those teams. So that's what the history of this year has shown. But against us, I don't believe in our pass rush. And that's the only thing handicapping us. Because if you can't get to Matthew Stafford, I think that's going to be a problem. Last time we played against them, we got to them very easily. So if that O-line didn't improve or know how to pick up stunts, we walk out of Charlotte with a dub.
I mean, I think that's a fair take. I just disagree with no regret. Not for real. I think the Rams are going to win the Super Bowl, or not win the Super Bowl. I think they're going to go to the Super Bowl. That's my Super Bowl pick. I think they're going to. I said that weeks ago, though. I feel like I said that weeks ago. The Rams are Super Bowl pick.
You say a lot of things.
I mean, if we're showing no partiality here, I have to. Are we potting or are we being fans?
He a fan.
I mean, I am a Bears fan, but let's just be reasonable here. They have the best quarterback in the playoffs this year.
Mm-hmm.
They have a defense, a very solidified defense. When you have a guy like their verse, you have Kobe Durant in the back, you have the front 4 overall, who they're comparing to the fearsome foursome, which a lot of people, if you don't know ball, you haven't heard of that ever. They have the pieces. They have Puka Nacua second in receiving. They have the pieces to make it to the championship, similar to how Tom Brady did, man.
I don't know about their defense though. They've been giving 27 plus points up the last 4 or 5 weeks.
To what game? To who?
Whoever the last 4 to 5 games were.
Panthers 2 picks.
No, we played them like 6 weeks ago. The last 4 to 5 weeks they have given up 27 plus points.
No, I agree that they haven't been playing good, but I don't think that is going to deter anything from what I'm saying at all. When they played the Seahawks, they should have won that game. Simple. And as simple as it gets. I have never seen a game like that.
The
I
overtime.
have never seen the 2-1. I've never seen a 2-point conversion count like that ever in my life. And then the overtime, I mean, they should have put the game away. When you look at the Falcons, I've been talking about Atlanta too much, but mathematically they could have made the playoffs, so whatever. So I think the Rams are Super Bowl. I think the Rams are bound to, along with the number 14.
Yeah, Texas, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I was gonna put them at 3. I mean, best defense in the league right now. The season they had, it ain't the sexiest, but to start off, they started like 0-3.
They got it done.
And then Davis Mill comes in and essentially he might be the MVP of the Texans. He turned the season around, went 3-0 in his starts. CJ Stroud came back and just kept the momentum going because that was all they needed was the offense to figure itself out, step up, and they did. It's a
9-game winning streak on top of that.
They got the longest win streak in the league, and like I said, if you go and look at the win streak, I mean, it's quality there. Like it's not much slack in that win streak. So I think that Texas is hot. It's a scary team to be playing right about now.
Yeah.
And I think they're definitely in position to make a run. I believe in them more than anybody else in the AFC outside the Broncos, the Texans.
I believe in them more than the Broncos.
And
right now.
Well, why'd you say that?
Why do I believe in Houston more?
Yeah.
Because I think their defense is better, and I can rely on their offense more than I can rely on the team that punts the most in the NFL.
Very fair.
I believe the Texans are going to Super Bowl as well. They're the only team I think can beat the Broncos in Denver for real. Texans and Rams is my Super Bowl pick. No fan talk. Fan talk would have been great to have 2 teams in there, but whatever. Number 5, 6, however we want to go down.
Jaguars, I mean, shout out to them. 13-4, great season.
The second longest win streak, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, second longest win streak. I mean, Duval. I don't know. They had it's like the whole AFC South had a weird season. Because if you look at the first 8 games of the season, we have a completely different league after week 8 than we do today.
Yep.
Week 8, it was looking like Colts and Bucks on a collision course for the Super Bowl. Granted, neither one of them are in the playoffs now. Like you mentioned, Texans, they was like 3-5 at that point. CJ Stroud just got hurt. Jaguars, offense was struggling. Travis Hunter ended up getting hurt. Brian Thomas Jr. regressed. Like, you know what I'm saying? He took a step back as if, he was the beard in for the Clippers. So, for them to turn it around, Trevor Lawrence will be playing great. Shout out to them in their win streak. Their win streak isn't as impressive as the Texans, so that's why I definitely respect Texans being over them. And if we're talking today, I do think Jaguars won the division, but Texans are a better team today, if you ask me as well. I agree.
Yeah.
This is another team, like I said, I believe will beat Denver like they did 3 weeks ago. Denver is, again, when you punt the ball the most in the league, I don't have faith in you. You're not even wasting time. You're not even killing time on the clock. Like you're punting the most in the league. I have no faith in you going to the Super Bowl.
And
Houston or Jacksonville. Here we go. Those are some teams for me.
And they actually did just beat Denver a couple weeks ago. So and we could just talk about the football matches. We got to keep going to the list, but Jaguars got Buffalo. They got the what's it? They have the the
Most experienced quarterback.
yeah,
go against in the playoffs?
yeah.
Okay.
They have the most senior quarterback in the playoffs. But Trevor Lawrence, he never really cared about none of that. Who has the most pressure in the playoffs?
Josh Allen, even though I don't think his team is up to par, like this is your year. Your daddy's not in the playoffs this year.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, you got to call it what it is. That's his dad, pops, poppy, whatever. His dad isn't in the playoff this year, so this is when Michael Jordan left to go magically play baseball, and they gave Hakeem and them the time to shine. This is literally what it is. It's open now, even though I know the Bulls in the East, Hakeem's in the West, but still, it's their moment to shine. I don't think you have the team to back you up this year to do it. Maybe the team 2 years ago, but you lose first round. You're losing the first round, buddy, without Patrick Mahomes in the playoffs. Unless somehow you're Clark Kent, and you put a cape on and you do something spectacular, crazy. But it all relies on you and you only. And are you a game changer or game manager? We don't know. We'll find out. We'll find out this game.
I think this would be a remarkable time to do it. Not because the quarterback's not in there, because I don't think some quarterbacks are making it back, but whatever. If he performs and carries his team, which I think this is the worst team he's been on roster wise.
Yeah.
I think it would speak to his skill and his career. There's bigger pressure on Josh Allen because I don't think it's about the loss. It's more so about the performance. Because the throw that he had against the Eagles a few weeks ago on the failed 2-point conversion, it speaks to the moment, and how certain quarterbacks aren't built for the moment, whatever. False narrative. You can't have a moment like that. You can't have a moment like that against Jacksonville. It can't, Josh Allen cannot be a reason they lost. He can't be. He can't be. He has to play well. His team has to let him down. Defense just got to give it up. That's how it has to go out if he goes out. Any win in this series, I think I will give him respect. And if he makes it to the bowl, I mean, he's stamped forever to me. I ain't gonna lie.
Just making it?
Yes, his team is awful.
Okay. No, just asking.
I think, yeah. I mean, shout out to Jacksonville, they hot, man. But I don't know. I feel like it's some people flying under the radar. I think everybody has laid out the fact that Josh Allen is the worst team he's had. So it's just how much criticism is he really going to get if they don't do anything? And even on the NFC side, I look at, his counterparts in the Eagles. I ain't heard nothing about the Eagles. And it's
that's surprising to me on this podcast.
It's I feel like Eagles are flying under the radar as well. I think this is a team that, they need to perform in the playoffs too, considering, who the Eagles are, defending champs.
Yeah.
Defending champs, woo, woo, woo. So, there's a couple players a couple teams I feel like should definitely have eyeballs on them. Even well, shoot. How does this happen? Hold on. How does the 2 seeds fall so low in the rankings? I know I'm all over the place, but how does that happen? Patriots, Bears, schedule merchants. Did Caleb cross 4K?
No, barely. He did.
Man,
next year though.
We play awful against the Lions. Awful.
And y'all had your starters in.
Yeah.
Awful.
Not many teams played their starters this week.
We were definitely playing for seeding because if Eagles win, we'd be 3. And I don't want to see the 49ers again, personally. I'll take a banged up Green Bay. Okay. I like our chances there.
They got reinforcements.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. Go ball, go ball, go ball, go ball.
Malik Willis he looked better than Jordan Love
For that game, yeah.
Dang near all season for real.
Yeah, is Jordan Love cooked?
Didn't Jordan Love beat y'all last time when he didn't get hurt?
Last play, yeah. I mean, if I'll say this, right? I think the Bears season is far beyond successful. If you had us for being the 2 seed, you're a liar because I, as a fan, didn't have us being the 2 seed this year.
True.
That being said, now that we're here, let's really talk. Defensively, we're awful. But even though we lead the league in takeaways, I think sometimes the way we're put in positions like we just can't get off the field, and that's going to hurt us in the long run. When you look at the Packers games, I mean, say what you want, bro. Just like against the Packers, just like against the 49ers, we lost games that we could have won, and I like our odds going into playoffs. We got those losses out of the way. So if Ben Johnson can correct himself when it comes to the poor time management, the poor play calling early on in the drive when you can run the football, we've been running the football better than 30 teams in the NFL. I think we cruise past the Packers easily.
Who's playing quarterback for the Packers this week?
Jordan Love.
It doesn't matter. If you saw how Jordan Love played before he got hurt against the second game, I promise you, you wouldn't be saying his name like that. I would be more scared against Malik Willis. If you see Malik Willis' stats when he was playing like he wants a starting job, and he dang near might get one.
Where
He
at?
should somewhere else.
One game he went
Oakland?
18-1.
My bad. Las Vegas.
Oakland has the number 1 pick. They
Las
can
Vegas.
get Fernando.
Dante Moore.
Fernando.
Fernando.
Watch out. It was a great college story. All glory to God, but watch out.
He's the Heisman. He's the Heisman.
He's a backup.
I genuinely don't care.
He's a backup. There's plenty Heisman Trophy quarterbacks that didn't even get drafted in the first 3 rounds.
But I like our odds, man. I'm going Bears for the first round win. So that's the Packers, man. I think if they weren't injury prone this year, they would have had a better seeding.
Yeah.
And they got a young team, so give me Bears this time.
Yeah, I agree. Packers injuries hurt their season as well. Ice up for next season.
I got Green Bay winning. I got Green Bay winning this game. Y'all always have trouble with them. Jordan Love, no, he didn't play good in that first half. But who says he doesn't do his Jordan Love thing against the Bears like he always do in the second half?
But what did he do in the first game?
He won.
No, you're not listening. I actually had Jordan Love play. The Green Bay Packers won. We love to count QB wins, which is, I mean, if we're looking historically, it's very racist, but it's very racist. Jordan Love's stats against Chicago in the first game, first half and the second half combined, what were they?
I have to go back and look. If you know it, just say it off the top of your head.
Nah, I mean, I'm willing to go too because because half they didn't do a thing.
Because I know on their defense, Michael Parsons hurt. We all know that. Who else is gone for the year? I know they still got Gray.
Christian Watson, if I'm not mistaken.
You said whom?
Christian Watson. Oh, he did play last week.
Yeah, no, he's healthy. I
Romeo,
think
Romeo Dobbs might be. Well, no, he played.
Yeah, no, they're all healthy. On offense, they're healthy. I know that. But I'm saying on defense, who else are they missing other than Michael Parsons?
I don't know. Jordan Love 17 to 25, 234, 3 TDs, 1 pick. If I'm not mistaken, bro, most of those yards were in the first half. They went up 14-3. When we came back, they drained the clock out with Josh Jacobs, who still had a chance to tie the football game. If you were watching that game, the Packers clearly don't play a complete half. I mean, they don't play a complete game of football. So neither does the Bears, though. Genuinely, neither do the Bears. So I'm not saying that.
Nor the Rams.
I mean, it's not a lot. It ain't too many teams just playing the game. I mean, neither does Sam Darnold.
Yeah.
I mean, shoot, like best team in the world.
We were tied up at halftime. He came out like Tom Brady.
Yeah. So
I mean, but them stats you brought up, them was, I ain't gonna lie, them pretty good
elite.
numbers. If
No, they
you
were
brought up, you
elite.
said
No, what I'm
numbers,
saying
them
is,
pretty good numbers.
So they were elite, but like most of that was in the like first half of the game. Like he didn't look like a complete game quarterback because they ran the ball a lot in the second half, which is why Josh Jacobs had 20 carries. And they were chip yards too. They only got 80 yards, but I mean, we're gonna see. I think Caleb Williams is playing his best ball right now. Last week, I mean, I don't know if it's Ben Johnson just staying in the locker room or what, but he's got to get over that Lions hurt for sure. I think it's gonna be a great game, and hopefully we don't have another double doink situation because the last time we was in this situation, we had the double doink.
The double doink. That was that at home too?
Yeah, it was. The last home playoff game we had was the double doink.
That was when were y'all number one in the NFC that year? No.
Nah.
Y'all were 2.
We were 2 or 3 because the
2018.
Was it the Saints?
No, the Saints was not number 1 in the NFL.
I mean the Saints.
Rams. Todd Gurley and them. Was it? I believe so.
In 2018, he wasn't retired by.
I mean, who made it to the Super Bowl that year?
That was the Rams and Patriots.
So that had to be the Saints because the Saints were at home when they played the Rams.
Yeah, and they got
bro,
and they missed the call.
Drew Brees was but yeah, man. Eagles and Niners.
Let's talk about it.
I think this is going to be the only win in the playoffs. I do think it's the Eagles. I don't think the 49ers have enough offensive power right now. As long as you focus in on Christian McCaffrey, I don't have faith in nobody else.
That's ridiculous. The 49ers are the ones who don't have offensive power?
I haven't insulted anyone all time.
The 49ers are the one without the offense.
And I'm trying to be cool. What are you saying?
But I believe right now in the Eagles defense more than San Francisco. Can we
Why?
agree with that?
Why?
Have they not been playing better than San Francisco? 24, 27, 38, 3.
Disgusting.
I don't believe that the Eagles have played complete football at all this year. I think the game is going to come down to the shootout, and the Eagles are going to run out of bullets.
Yeah.
Like, the only reason it's going to be close in the beginning is because the 49ers defense is hot garbage.
Yeah, they have no.
Without Fred Warner, Nick Bosa, they look like pawns out there. Like they're fighting for their life. But I don't think we're gonna see a Shanahan performance that we saw against the Seahawks last week. And also, I think a lot of miscues happened on the 49ers and turnovers that shouldn't have happened from Chris McCaffrey dropping the ball. If I'm not mistaken, I don't know I can't remember if they had a fumble or not, but they just didn't capitalize on the red zone. And against the Eagles, bro, when you start a drive, bro, it's literally open season. Like, I don't know who's more disappointing, the Eagles or the Chiefs, but they both were buns this year. And the fact that the Eagles got 11 wins just shows that men be afraid of men for real. Because they were not a good football team. They just won off of the prestige of them being defending champions.
What?
What?
No.
What?
I think you put it in a great way. That's the same way I've been speaking about Alabama, but nonetheless, carry on.
I mean, I literally just passed the torch. What else do you want from me? That's what I have to say.
No, what is that? I'm just. Oh, my fault. I'm early. What is it?
Early, yeah, you weren't wrong. He was
What is
early.
it? Well, yeah. Appreciate it, twin.
But like, bro, I mean, Jalen Hurts, not to criticize him too much.
I mean, he deserves it.
I don't think he's the quarterback to save this team because this team doesn't look like last year when Saquon had 2,000 yards. It didn't look like AJ Brown, the top 5 receiver in the league. It doesn't look like a defense who I'm afraid of my life. Like, I don't know if it's the coaching, I don't know if it's the locker room, but something was completely different, and they're not enough to beat the 49ers, I don't believe.
I think it's 100%.
Play that revenge for sure.
I think it's 100% the coaching. Whoa. I think 100% it's the coaching, but I also think, hey, Jalen Hurts, like, you have a new shorty or something that we don't know about. If so, you got to get rid of her, bro. Love doesn't conquer all in the NFL. Look at Tom Brady. He sacrifices marriage for the rings. You got to sacrifice something. This is like, actually, hold on. Hold on. Is it fasting coming up? You need to, hey, brother.
I don't know about all that.
I don't know when you do your fasting, but brother, you might need to fast from that ass, okay? That's what you need. Fast from the ass. All right, bro. You do that, y'all might be somebody, bro. I'm telling you. Because the way you've been playing this year.
We gotta cut it. Nah. I don't know. Like I took a turn.
Bro, it's on course. Is that not a part? All right.
Oh my god.
But what I'm saying, Jalen Hurts, I would love to defend you, but the way you've been playing this year, there's no defending you.
Oh my
The word of the day. I'm not saying nothing else. What's the next matchup? What's the next matchup, Brandon?
49ers and Eagles, man. I expect 49ers to put up a lot of points on that defense, man. I mean, on that team, should I say. Yeah.
Who else is left?
You got Patriots and Chargers. Patriots. I think they get the best team that they could get.
Yeah, you get a Justin Herbert team. That's a dub. Come on now. What is we talk about?
But don't worry about
He's
it.
not a winner.
Second round, they're gonna get whooped on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Steelers and Texans. Come on.
Have mercy on them.
I think whoever's gonna be that 4th seed was gonna get spanked, but whatever.
This is Aaron Rodgers' last game?
Nah. The way he's been playing the last few games, he might have bought himself another year.
He believes he still has it. He still does.
Yeah. And who do you go out? First off, you're not drafting another quarterback in this draft. I mean, you can, but
no, they got Will Howard.
Watch out. Bro, I'm trying to tell you. I'm trying to be cool.
I'm glad we don't do this podcast in person because
Malik Willis.
Yeah.
Next year, bro. And I think
but if you Malik Willis, would you rather go to the Steelers or would you rather go to the Raiders with Agency and a tight end that's reliable for you and Browers?
I can see Malik in Pittsburgh.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know if Vegas goes Malik, but
Vegas has the number 1 pick. They're going to want to draft one.
They need a
lot
of things.
Well, we got to start with the coaches because Pete Carroll's out of there. We got to start with who they're going to bring in as coach, and then
Jim Harbaugh.
No.
Okay.
He did finally get that go. Finally, it's crazy, but there are a lot of coaching vacancies out there. There's a lot of coaching.
It's two things though. If we're being honest, let me be honest, bro. Every game they lost in the playoff, they were put in the perfect position and had the perfect call to get them in the end zone. They just didn't execute. Can we agree to that? What you mean?
Baltimore?
Yeah. The Flowers fumble over the end zone. The Andrews 2-point conversion. Oh, I have a whole list. God dang, let me
But
look at that.
the thing is that those teams should not have been in those positions. If
Period.
you ask me, those
Period.
teams shouldn't have been in those positions.
Yeah,
And that's where the discourse is. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, the players did fumble, but they shouldn't even been in those positions. If I don't think so.
And I don't know. I don't know. I genuinely don't know if Harbaugh is an offensive minded or defensive minded coach. Who knows? Is he special teams guy or something like that?
He's a guy's guy.
Well, whoever's making the decision to take the ball out of Derrick Henry's hands in the second half,
Yeah, that's who needs to go. That's the real culprit.
like they're literally going on the block from the wire to get their drugs. The wire, and the wire did not sell weed. This is hard stuff we're talking about because it doesn't make sense. It literally doesn't make sense. Now, the last game, I mean, you know, you just hate to see it go out like that. But throughout the course of the season, in games where they lose, is probably because if Derrick Henry's on the team, it's probably because they didn't give Derrick Henry the ball.
Yeah,
And it's not like you got an elite backup in there who can relieve him and produce the exact same.
I saw
You're
this
dealing
Ali
with
kid on the football field the other day. Who was that?
He said you seen who?
The Ali kid.
Mom.
Who was that?
Oh, I don't know.
He's the third behind Keaton.
Like, Keaton's second. Justice Hill is second. Keaton's third.
Well, who was the fourth guy? I think his last name is Ali. Who was that guy? With all due respect, guy. I'm a sideline guy.
Did he have locks and glasses?
Who was he?
Did he have locks and glasses?
Nah, I don't know. I mean, bunch, but I mean, yeah, man.
So now there's 7 head coaching vacancies out there. This is a big coaching vacancy though, because you're inheriting Lamar Jackson, and he's in a pivotal point of his career. This is it's going to be a huge pivot to determine the trajectory of Lamar's career. Is he going to go down as whatever, but who does the Ravens bring in for this job?
I know exactly.
Stefanski.
It's Pete Carroll. It's exactly Pete Carroll.
Bro,
Hold on. Let me land. The last time that Pete Carroll was successful, you had a mobile quarterback who Russell Wilson,
mobile-ish.
some of the best pocket presence I've ever seen in my
He's
life.
mobile, but we're not going to compare his mobility to Lamar's.
No, but the pocket presence and low key, Lamar's mobility might slow down with the injuries and stuff. Unless he gets completely healthy, it might slow down. He wasn't himself this year. This was a down year for him. A down year. You also had a rushing leader and an elite Hall of Fame running back in Marshawn Lynch. If Derrick Henry decides to stay one more year, you now get that again.
Pete Carroll didn't know how to use Marshawn Lynch. That's why he didn't have a job.
That's why they didn't win back to back, but they won the first year. Let's not forget.
And he forgot.
I believe that if he makes that same mistake again, he's racist. But he also had receivers who became names, but they were no names. The Ravens have the receiver room that they have no names and they become names. That's perfect for him. You also have a defense when the stars are on the field can be very, very elite. If we saw the last game, before Kyle Hamilton got hurt, the Steelers were nobody.
Yeah.
The moment Kyle Hamilton went to the sideline.
The second half of the season, the Ravens turned the defense around.
Yeah, they were scrimmage. Like, after Kyle Hamilton went to the locker room, the Pittsburgh Steelers were in a scrimmage. On air.
Yeah.
We're buns. Kyle Hamilton is the backbone. And if they draft, I think you draft defensively personally. You go get a free agent receiver. But like, they can build that defense back to where it was, and I think Pete Carroll can do something with that formula, bro, and he can make better play calls than John Harbaugh. Personally, I mean that's ask me, but I don't see anybody else better than that.
Let me rebuttal that. I hear what you're saying, I'm not gonna disagree with none of that. It's just two things. Do you want to get a short-term coach? And the second thing is because Pete Carroll is like 80 years old.
I mean,
Pete Carroll is
John Harbaugh was the second oldest coach in the league behind
no,
Pete
he's
Carroll.
was he?
Yeah,
But Pete Carroll's like 80 years old.
NFL didn't turn young, bro.
I don't think they're going that route.
I mean, I just don't see anybody else as a good fit. I think
I know. I mean, you probably. I mean, what, Brian Dable, but you have. You have obviously the. I know.
John Harbaugh is
Vance
younger than him by
Joseph.
like 11, 12 years.
You got the Vance Joseph from Denver, the defensive coordinator. I know he's getting requests for interviews. Brian Flores' name still be floating out there.
Cliff got released today too.
Cliff Kingsbury, yeah. This is very pivotal, man. It's like who's going to be able to handle that? Who's going to be able to handle Lamar? I don't know. I think it is the best coaching job on the market. You got the Giants and Browns. Which job you think is more attractive there?
I'll tell you what the Ravens do. They do this.
I believe the Browns.
Hey, Bill Belichick.
Oh God.
Hey, you done playing around at UNC? You trying to
Ever
go get a real job? Nah,
ever
I'm playing.
since-
He old too. He old as dirt too.
Yeah, ever since Bill Belichick got to know that girl, he hasn't been the same since. So we're just gonna
What's the word of the day, Preston?
no.
No, that's not.
Nah. You talking
No,
about
what's the word of the day?
the fast.
Bad.
That was crazy, bro. That was crazy. Like I'm actually going to get that in the full episode. Like that will be a bit. But I think the Browns is a better job if you can get all those guys to stay. They can be a good team, bro. They just gotta figure it out, bro. They gotta figure it out.
Gosh. So is Shador the answer to the Browns quarterback situation? Because I mean, let's look at the paper.
Are y'all ready to be real about Shador?
Let's look at the paper. Is Shador really the long-term answer for the Browns?
I want to have faith in him and believe he can get better, which I have faith in. But he need to clean up his game. He needs to learn and he need to clean up his game. Is he better than Gabriel? Light years ahead. He should have never been on that field. Let's just call it what it is. Whatchamacallit, even it was only one game. What was Notre Dame quarterback last year for the Colts?
Riley Leonard.
He looked more poised in the pocket than Shador did all year. And they was holding him back. They was holding him back so much they went to go get Phillip Rivers to win no games.
The last time we seen a Cleveland Brown go through racism at the organization was Jim Brown, bro. Like the ringer they put Shador Sanders through, it was ridiculous. Like if we just be fair, like they threw him in there to the Wolves, no training, no playbook, no film, no like. Did they coach him for real, or they just tell him to show up and put a pads on?
Yeah.
Wrong wristband. I've never heard of that. I didn't even know that was possible. There's more than one wristband. They got a bootleg wristband out there.
Crazy.
Bootleg wristband is crazy. Like the stuff that he dealt with, like bro, that's Plessy v. Ferguson, Ruby Bridges, like that's up there.
Yeah.
I just think he needs a fair shot. He needs a clean slate with a real coach that can be a player's coach that can, allow him to be the guy up front so he can develop a relationship with the offense. And we might see a better turnout. He didn't play great, but I mean, considering the situation, like who does play great in that situation?
He got 3 wins to Dylan's, one?
Did Dylan have one? Yeah, Miami.
So, I mean, shout out Myles Garrett for setting the side record too, history. DPOY, right?
I believe if they don't get that to him, I'm done with the NFL.
When you break an all-time record
in an extra game.
But no, because they did the numbers. He had way less passing snaps, and I know you've seen it, so that doesn't count for this guy.
But yeah,
did we finish all the matchups?
Yeah, we did.
I will say if he didn't get that record, he was buns. He's buns for real.
Did we miss a matchup?
I don't know, but I've been tired of you people all week saying thank you to Atlanta for us making it to the playoff. When actually, if the refs just officiate the game like normal people, we would have gotten in anyway. But
bro, for somebody who talks so much trash on Atlanta, bro, needed a life raft from Atlanta the other day.
We really did. We just needed the refs to play right.
Like, bro, it was.
And I know you've seen the game. Like, I know you're trailing right now, and I'm not gonna let you speak.
No,
because did you not see the Tampa? Did you see the Tampa Bay game?
When was that? Saturday?
Did you see the Tampa Bay game?
Yeah.
Y'all don't get in without Atlanta.
Yeah, I think I did.
So you seen the throwback that they said was out of bounds, and they went back 6 yards. You seen the helmet getting take off. You seen the offensive pass interference within the 1 yard line. You seen the tripping, and you're saying that's why I'm saying shout out to Atlanta for beating the Saints. Something we couldn't do, so I respect that. We daddy, do y'all though? We y'all daddy. We beat y'all 2 times and said go get us in. So
yeah,
really the
Saints swept y'all. Y'all swept the Falcons. Falcons swept the Saints.
Yeah.
Bro, that's so like.
Yeah. And then for everybody saying a trash division, we still have more divisions than the NFC East.
What?
More division? What you mean?
They said for us to have a sorry division, we still have more division. Like we still have more wins in our division than the NFC East.
Oh, okay.
And another one in the AFC. I can't think who, but we got more wins than both of them. And they wasn't saying this when that year, who was it? Heineke was the quarterback for
AFC
Washington,
AFC
and they were 7-8. They didn't say it then. They didn't say it when Tom Brady made it with a losing record.
I think the Steelers and Ravens were both like buns this year.
Their conference. I think we have more.
Yeah, AFC North.
That's the conference.
Yeah, so y'all ain't the only one. It's just like you were like you were so anti-Atlanta, bro. Like,
and they saved your life,
bro. I like
again.
Again,
they never had to save our life if the rest were just normal people. Go ahead. What, bro?
If the Falcons lose the game, what are we talking about?
We're talking about some bullshit. We talk about hanging a ref. That's what we're talking about. We're talking about hanging a ref in a tree. That's what we're talking about. Let's just call it what it is. Hang them. And I would not get any word right. You would get all limbs. You're a full hangman. That's what we're doing. The answer is tree. I'll spell it bumblebee, nigga. I'm not getting a letter right. The hair are gone. And that same referee crew is refereeing the Jacksonville Jaguars crew. I mean, the Jacksonville Jaguars game. So I feel sorry for them.
I don't support this. I just don't. There was about the last 45 seconds right there. I separated. Thoughts are not his thoughts.
He does not represent I Said Ayoo pod.
Nah. I ain't riding with that. But I ain't riding with that.
Hey man, Atlanta saved the day for y'all, bro. It is what it is.
Crazy. It was so crazy. Like I remember you saying like Williams is playing better than Bijan.
I can't hear you. Hold on. Get close to your mic.
I remember you saying Javonte Williams was better than Bijan Robinson. Like that's how egregious you was getting with Atlanta, bro. Like,
yeah, and shout out to Robinson. Nigga gave me 35 points. We almost lost because he sucked. What did he do? He ain't helped me out. The defense helped me out.
I mean, it was just
Kirk Cousins helped me out. Bajon, whatever. I'm saying
Bajon is crazy.
Bajon pizzas messed me up. He almost didn't get us in. Bajon pizzas almost did not get us in the playoffs. And how am I supposed to respect him when his own coach don't believe in him in the fourth quarter? They always take him out. How you want me to respect that?
Bro, I mean,
so you don't respect Derrick Henry?
I love Derrick Henry for other reasons other than being on the Baltimore Ravens.
Okay.
I have nothing but love for that guy for other
Falcons
reasons.
got a coach opening, man. I think the fact that Zach Taylor still has a job, everybody in the AFC North done clean house except for the Bengals. I think the fact that he still has a job after complaining about him stopping the game for Myles Garrett getting sacked record. It's beyond me, man. But
Yeah,
He complained about that.
yeah, he was like, I didn't know we were going to stop the game.
they all did that.
First off, you literally have nothing else in the season to look forward to.
Exactly. And you lost.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hold that.
If you complain about a record being broken against you, and they honor it, you'll never get invited to a game night. I'm not gonna lie. The type of moves you try to pull is astronomically crazy. Like, there's a word I would not say for guys like you.
I feel like Kevin Stefanski.
Hey, text it. I'll say it for you.
Nah, you said enough.
I feel like Kevin Stefanski end up in Atlanta. I ain't gonna lie.
That would be ridiculous.
That'll be great for us.
That's not the place. Kevin Stefanski can't handle a black quarterback, bro.
But will he be handling a black quarterback, or do they get another one?
Exactly. He'll mess around. No, he started Joe Flacco. He'll start Kirk Cousins. Oh no, Kirk Cousins is gonna be playing because Penix is hurt.
Isn't Kirk Cousins' contract up?
No, he got 4 years, and I think this was his second year. He got 4 for 160. I remember that.
That's why I read something that they're reconstructing his contract to release him. That's what it was.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what it was.
I feel like
$80 million to walk out. Oh,
bro, and then it's like you don't have a healthy quarterback on that roster to go out and start next year. Why give up the guy who went on a win streak?
To be a Buns QB on the third contract, that's such the life. That's such the life.
Oh God.
You don't even gotta put no compression on. just glued to the bench. like collecting bread, probably eating at halftime. That's crazy, bro. But yeah, I think the culture vacancies are warranted, but unfortunate.
Yeah,
a lot of black coaches got fired, and we almost had one more black coach got fired too if they win that playoff game. But
Tomlin.
I think Tomlin was on the way out,
and that would have saved John Harbaugh's job.
Yeah, like it had to be one. It had to be one. Football couldn't continue without one of them.
We said it earlier.
Battle of the jobs.
You said what?
Battle for the jobs.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure. I said it earlier though. Hey man, John 3:16 strikes again. But I said earlier that whole division, every coach, there should be 3 coaches gone in the AFC North. But time will tell. Before we get out of here, end of the season, let's do it. End of the season awards. I think MVP we already spoke on Matthew Stafford, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of our favorite. Offensive Player of the Year, JSN Smith and Jigba out of Ohio State, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Defensive Player of the Year, Myles Garrett.
Yes.
Yes.
Offensive Rookie of the Year. This one, I feel like this is the spiciest one.
Ted McMillan.
And Mecca Ibuka was going.
Didn't touch 1,000 yards.
Was the favorite. He was going crazy. Yeah. But not even Ibuka. I feel like Travion Henderson came around at the end of the year.
Oh, you're saying him over Saul? Yeah, no. Whatever.
Oh, facts. Shout out to the NFC South.
Yeah, but no.
You're getting shut tonight. You're getting shut tonight. He came around.
So horrible, but that song is terrible.
Fast.
I hate to I hate to say that the rookies were buns this year, but like there was no like complete season of like spectacular for us.
I disagree with that.
Complete season of spectacular?
I mean, they're rookies. No,
it's a rookie. You don't really expect that.
Spectacular, but they were far from buns. Far from buns.
All right.
I don't think nobody in the top 10 of the draft missed.
If we're being honest, unfortunately or fortunately, one got hurt for the rest of the year.
Post 11 balled. That boy, he tough. He proved me wrong. I definitely wanted
Shout out, go blue.
100% wanted Tyler Warren.
I think
He was balling at one point too, though.
Yeah, it's just like
before Jones got hurt, he was that guy.
Yeah, it's just like, I mean, it is a year-long award, and it's like, what are the voters going to value? Are they going to value peaks? Are they going to value the overall season? Are they going to value, a stretch? So, all of these players were inconsistent throughout the year. It took Tet later on in the season to come along alongside with Travion. Early on, like I said, after week 8, 9 of the season, you had Mekabuka, Tyler Warren. Obviously, different stories. Second half of the year, Tyler Shutt came on the scene. They say Tyler Shutt the best rookie quarterback out the draft.
Yes, but I don't. But what you said with Tet was in the first 5 weeks, he was like top 10 in yards. So what are you talking about? He was consistent, but keep going.
He wasn't getting in that box.
He wasn't getting in the box, but when he did get in the box, he seen what it felt like, and he couldn't get enough.
Are we talking about football?
We're
bro. We're talking numbers, bro.
I don't have.
That's what I'm saying though, because like touchdowns matter. I mean, putting points on the board matter. That's what I mean. Like, and it wasn't completely on him. I mean, Panthers' offense looked different in the second half of the season as well. So, even in his consistency, there was other receivers that peaked higher, but like I said, overall, he was more consistent for sure. I definitely would give him that.
Just wide receivers scored double-digit touchdowns.
You said what?
Only 6 wide receivers scored double-digit touchdowns this year.
Okay, yeah, that's not something that's common.
Yeah, so 7 is good, definitely for a rookie.
Yeah. Yeah. All offensive players. I got no problem rocking with Travion Henderson. That's my vote for offensive rookie of the year.
And then we talk about Fando.
Bro.
You said Tet?
Yeah.
That's cool. What about defensive rookie of the year?
I genuinely have no idea.
Jalen Walker. My bad. No. The other one.
James Pierce.
Yeah. He got double-digit sacks, don't he? Let me go look.
Did he get double digits?
Yeah, he was 10.5.
Mm-hmm.
They have guy, Carson Schwarzenegger in Cleveland, which I ain't gonna lie, that's pretty scary.
Yeah, between him and Mason Graham and Myles Garrett.
And that whoever gets the Cleveland job is gotta be like, sober and not racist. They'll be all right.
I like JPP. He had 10 sacks in the last 9 games. That's a very tough pull.
I'm okay with James Pierce. I don't really know what Carson did, but
comeback player of the year.
I don't think nobody comes to mind.
I mean, they want to. If that's the problem, then if that's the case, then they're gonna give it to Phillip Rivers.
No, he didn't win any games, did he? He didn't win.
I think if he had a crazy 3-game stretch to close the season, but if he had any other 3-game stretch, he would have got the close in the playoffs. He closed out against like the Seahawks, Texans, and then the last game didn't matter.
Yeah, Seahawks, Texans, Jacksonville, Houston. He had a ringer, but he had a ringer.
A gauntlet of like.
Yeah, a gauntlet. But I mean, Christian McCaffrey was hurt last season. Let's not forget.
Well, CMC then. It's got to be CMC. He did. He bought it out. You know.
No, he did because he almost won 1,000 and 1,000 again. He was like 3 catches away.
Yeah.
He was their leading receiver.
Aiden Hutchinson broke his leg the other last year too. That's just injuries. Do y'all feel like comeback player of the year should go towards players who improved?
I think.
Yeah.
Because there is no most improved, right? There is no most improved award in football, right?
No.
I think that applies as well.
Well, that introduces Trevor Lawrence.
Trevor Lawrence. Nah, I give it a. If he doing coming back from leg injury, I do like Aiden because he had 14 and a half sacks. That's
think
pretty solid.
Yeah.
I think Aiden or Christian, like McCaffrey had a crazy offensive season, and Aiden coming back, 14 sacks is crazy pull. So
Is it come back for Chris McCaffrey or is it just year by year?
what?
Is it just a year by year thing? This is a normal for him.
Oh no, it's a year by year thing. So like previous season.
No, I don't think you know what I'm saying. I'm saying he gets hurt and come back ball. He'll get hurt the next year, come back ball. He just
Yeah,
his
like
body, I guess.
he's America's Most Wanted.
Yeah.
Nah, I can think some other robbers in the country, for sure. But lastly, you got Coach of the Year. Who do you think would be Coach of the Year?
Either Liam Cohen or
Mike Vrabel.
Mike Vrabel.
Martin. It's just with who they played against, bro.
I think
They beat like one team with a winning record,
which was the
Oh,
Bills after they lost. Well, they split with the Bills. It was the Bills, division team.
So it's like if they factor real shit, I mean my bad. If they factor realness into this and not just looking at numbers. If they actually factor looking at who they played in the competition, I don't know if you could give it to him. But he did turn that team around.
Yeah. Considering that Liam started with the Duval, like that was his first introduction. We thought he was gonna be goofy.
Yeah.
He out here, they hooping. I think that's tough. Ben Johnson didn't even beat the Lions, bro. I mean, like you had to get one, bro. You had to get one. You couldn't do it.
Because y'all split with every team in y'all conference, right?
No, Lions swept them.
Twice.
Packers, did y'all split with Packers?
Come on, bro. Don't
They swept y'all?
In overtime, no, they beat them in overtime with Malik
Oh,
Willis.
Yeah, that's the one you didn't see, right? It's crazy.
Yeah.
Don't disrespect me like that, dog. It's crazy. They really want to disrespect us for real, but we're gonna find out Saturday.
Fuck around and find out, man. That's a good ball, man. We call around on that. Oh yeah, folks say it. Hey, folks say it. Nah, well, Miami probably gonna have a head coach vacancy, but probably got a quarterback vacancy as well. Send that boy Lamar home, man. We call around on that, man. That's episode 146.
That stadium will blow up.
It's Lamar's chance to leave now. Get out of that cold. He a Florida boy. He don't want to be in Baltimore. He's tired of that, man. He tired of that.
What I say, he relocating it, so am I.
Ball game, man.